What's up, guys? Hey, how we doing? Bad news with Vince Freezy and Dean Wilson. They had a crash together. I don't know exactly what happened. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Steve Mattress, he had a change of heart. Wasn't he saying it was all about ticket sales? And there were some dangerous conditions at the Mini Olympics this morning, and I'm really disgusted they didn't postpone it just a little bit, but I'll get into all that and more. If you haven't tried Nano-Extreme and you have some sort of pain, and I know most of us who ride dirt bikes, we all got something that hurts. I'm telling you, this stuff is awesome. It really has helped my shoulder. I have a knee that's been replaced that occasionally aches. I use it on that. Man, it really just, I've never had a pain cream that worked like this before. Head over to Nano-Extreme, use code Cooksey and get free shipping. And if you want to be healthy, check out the Coach Rob store. He's got vitamin packs dedicated to specific stuff. If you want to recover from a concussion, check out the Coach Rob store. He's got a vitamin bundle specifically for concussion recovery, immune boosting, and a bunch of other stuff. So get your nutrition packet over at the Coach Rob store.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So the Mini Olympics today. Now I like this. I love that this is on TV. I love that they have amateur racing and they're giving these kids their spotlight. But this morning they were racing Supercross. That's what they call, the first couple days are Supercross, and then they go to outdoor nationals on the big track. But this morning they started with a cover of fog, and I wasn't sure. I was like, okay, is it just because of the cameras or can they really not see? And after talking to a couple people who were there and one who actually raced in the event, they couldn't see. It was dangerous and it was scary. And I cannot believe they put these kids out there in this condition. Come on, man. Just give it an hour or two. It cleared right up. All you had to do is just postpone it just a little bit. And today's the one day you can get away with that because you have a break before you go to the outdoor track. Today was just practice on the outdoor track. If you want to cut something, cut practice on the outdoor track. But you cannot send guys out there when the safety conditions are like that, when they can't see. I'm really glad I didn't see anyone get majorly hurt, but man, if I was a parent, I would be pissed. And now on to Steve Mattress. So he talks about me as the YouTube guy on his show, and he talks about how I only got one side of the story, blah, blah, blah. Which is it? Do I not have any information? Am I lying? Do I only get one side? Make up your mind. I already covered how I didn't reach out to Lucas Myrtle, and that was a mistake on this one issue. With that said, even though I didn't check with Lucas Myrtle, which I should have done, and I've openly said that, I still got the information right.
Lawrence's don't like the Deegans. They had a contract. Look around and find out. Deegs lost out on $100,000.
And then he goes on to say like, oh, mess around and find out? Oh, come on, dude. Are you kidding me? That's your answer to, Deegan versus Lawrence, mess around and find out? And then he turns that into justifying it as to why he banned Stank Dog from, his privateer race. That's brutal. That's rough, man. These privateers are out there striving for every dollar, living on the road. And this dude took a personal grudge over what Stank Dog said on Instagram and kept him out of a race that could have really helped him financially. And he goes, well, mess around and find out. Man, that is just a weird power trip, and it's not cool.
Guess who wasn't involved in my race that I gave $140,000 to?
Yep.
Stank Dog. He's an asshole, and he's a loser. He's not allowed in my race.
And I'm glad a lot of the privateers get that money from that race, but let's not act like Steve's digging it out of his pocket. Yamaha donates a bike, and everybody donates. It's really cool that he does it, and I'm not trying to take away from that, but let's not act like it comes out of this dude's pocket. This is a soft Canadian who's all for cancel culture. He's friends with Rich Taylor, who he has no problem that he sued LACR. And allegedly, Mathis sued Team Yamaha when he left. Remember when he was fired as the factory mechanic? I'm 99.9% sure this is accurate, but I'm going to say allegedly, just in case, because I couldn't find the actual court proceedings. He sued Yamaha when he left. This guy's clearly part of the cancel culture, and that's disgusting. So these are the people that this industry and these narratives that they have, they protect dirtbags like this. There's a company out there right now who has partnered with X brand goggles. It's a very well-known company. I don't want to blow them out because they've done some really good things for the sport, but they're using X brand to produce their goggles and put their name on them. Please don't do that. I do not want to have to blow you guys out later. I strongly recommend whatever deal you have with X brand, you need to get out of that one. And it was funny to hear Mathis throw Michael Lindsay under the bus. It looked like all the Democrats tossing Kamala and Biden aside. Like, oh yeah, he did an expose. Like
this, and Michael Lindsay did an expose on this, and
that's what they do. Like, they're just not good people. They do not have any morals. He's unscrupulous. If you want to see how the Racer X media machine works, just take one look at Mattress. He represents almost everything bad about that. And to say that I called Brian Deegan every name in the book after, the bike claim incident at Loretta Lynn's, that's not true. I did maybe call him a scumbag, but I didn't call him every name in the book. He's being a bit dramatic. They always call me dramatic. That's a bit dramatic. What I said was I thought it was a dirtbag move. They should not have done that to Brendan Schofield. Brendan Schofield had every right to claim that bike. What I said was it was a dirtbag move when Tim Cotter intimidated the kid in a back room and he brought Brian in there without Brendan's parents and they questioned him. So yeah, that was a dirty move. And I called that how I saw it. I talked to everyone involved and I came out with the information and turns out, hey, it was accurate information. For these spinsters to say, oh yeah, he never gets the whole story. Really? Are you kidding me? All I ask is tell me when I'm wrong. Other than picking apart the word banned, if you want to get nitpicky, yeah, technically he wasn't banned, but his start money was taken away. And I crack up how they paint me as hated by the industry. So not true. You really want to find out who's hated? Do an anonymous poll and see how many guys don't like Steve Mattress. But they put up with him because they know he's part of that media machine. He has a big platform and they know if they don't pretend to be his friend, then it will turn on them. They kind of have to. Trust me. Almost all those privateers that claim to go on his show, and they do get publicity, and that's what they do it for. They don't do it because they like Mattress. They do not like Mattress. Nor do I care if anyone likes me. I'm just going to give you the stories as I get them, and if someone wants to be mad at me, they can. And as far as being the sue-happy lunatic, it's people like him that are getting our tracks closed down. People who sue frivolously. Rich Taylor, Steve Mattress. This type of culture, this cancel culture, sue for someone else's problems is BS. We are facing a crisis with our motocross tracks in the United States. There were three, I was talking to one of the major track owners yesterday. There are three major insurance companies. Don't quote me directly on this because I don't know as much about this. I was just talking to him and I'm trying to relay to you what he said. There was three major insurance companies that insure tracks throughout the United States. Now, due to a significantly increased number in lawsuits, I think he said something like previous years, they averaged like 4, 5, or 6 lawsuits per year. Last year, there was 51. 2 of those insurance companies have decided no longer to insure tracks. So now we're down to 1. And those insurance rates, when there's no competition, they are going to be significantly higher. It is going to put a real bind on tracks all over the United States. So thank you, Steve Mattress and Rich Taylor, for your sue-happy behavior. You're going to cost us a lot of tracks, you dumbasses. And any companies that want to partner with X brand, you will be guilty by association. So you know who you are. End that deal pretty quickly. Check out Epic Garage Designs. Travis has some of the coolest stuff that you'll ever find for your garage. He is a motocross enthusiast that loves making garages look badass. He also does blinds. So check out Epic Garage Designs. And if you need blinds, hit up epicblinds.com. Check out Ride Strapped. Ride Strapped has some of the coolest goggles, glasses, and shirts. This is an awesome company. And I will be at Birch Creek this weekend with Ride Strapped, just supporting motocross on a grassroots level. I'm excited to go hang out with Chris and the crew there. If you're around that area in Birch Creek Motocross, come on out this weekend and hang out with us. And also get your stuff at ridestrap.com. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. Precision Transport is a reliable company who's got reasonable pricing, good tracking, and they're just a pleasure to deal with. So hit up pretransport.com. They will ship your stuff where it needs to go and they'll get it there on time. So everybody's been hitting me up about the Vince Freezy versus Dean Wilson crash in the super final at the last round of World Supercross. Now, all I saw was the setup to the move. I have not seen actual video of the move, so it's really hard to tell what happened or who's at fault. Everybody is ready with their pitchforks to just come after Vince, and that's not fair. I mean, this dude gets blamed from everything from global warming to the Kennedy assassination. Anytime he's involved, everybody just instantly blames Vince. What I did find out is the race director took a look at it or saw the incident and said 2 lines came together. It was a racing incident, no punishment handed down. So until I see more video, I kind of have to go with that. And it sucks so bad for Dean Wilson. Dislocated shoulder, he's out. I mean, gosh, this poor guy. And Dean is one of the best guys in this sport. If you get a chance and you're at one of these events and you see Dean Wilson, just go say hi. He is one of the nicest guys. He's a staple of the sport. And man, I hate seeing somebody who's as cool as Dean Wilson and just a genuine nice guy have something like this happen to him. I know he's going through some family issues right now with his parents. And oh man, I hate seeing this, but that doesn't mean I'm instantly going to just pile on Vince because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, then I don't know. And I'm going to have to go with what the race director said until I see a video of it. But I have to go back to, these guys know how Vince races. If you see Vince on the inside, you need to beware. I don't know what else to say. Like, if you have him on the inside of you, you're in danger. That's how he races. If you know that's how he races, why would you ever possibly leave the door open? And like I said, this is just in general. This is not this one situation because I haven't seen it. I'm not going to pile on Vince unless I saw exactly what happened and I could deem that he was definitely at fault. From what I've seen from Vince, Vince races hard and he's not afraid to trade paint. He'll absolutely get into people, but he's just intense, man. And like I said, if you know you're racing a guy like Vince, you cover the insides. And if you don't cover the insides, you're going to get hit. Thank you to all the members. I really appreciate it. You guys are badass, and we'll be giving away the Coach Rob custom painted CRS helmet at the end of December. Everybody who signed up is automatically entered to win the helmet, and I appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. I really appreciate it.